If this video has found you, it isn't random. Things like this don't just happen, not to women like you. There's a reason you paused. There's a reason you clicked. There's a reason these words found you in this exact moment of your life. Carl Jung believed that life places certain messages in our path only when we are ready to receive them. Synchronicity, alignment, a whisper from the unconscious. So if something inside you is paying attention right now, if something inside you feels like this message is reaching directly into you, trust it. Because women with rare spiritual power are not guided by logic alone. They are guided by instinct, by energy, by the invisible currents that move beneath the physical world. This message is meant for the women who feel more, who carry more, who sense more. Women who don't just walk through life, they walk through realms. Women who were never ordinary, even when they tried their hardest to blend in. And today, I want to reveal something that has been hidden from you for a very long time. Only women with rare spiritual power carry 3 silent marks. Not marks others can see. Not marks you can point to in the mirror. These marks live inside your energy, inside your story, inside your soul. And once you recognize them, you'll start to understand why you've always felt different, why life has shaped you the way it has, why people respond to you the way they do. So stay with me until the very end. Because these marks are not random traits. They are signs of a calling, signs of a transformation, signs that you are entering the most powerful phase of your life. Let's begin with the first silent mark, the restless spirit. Have you ever lived a perfectly normal life, but felt like something was missing? Have you ever looked at everything you've achieved, everything you've built, everything people told you should make you happy, and still felt a quiet ache inside, a pull, a question, a part of you that keeps whispering, "This isn't all. There's more. You're meant for something bigger." It's like being here, but knowing deep down you belong somewhere else too. Like you're searching for a place you've never been, a place that keeps calling your name in a language only your soul understands. That feeling isn't confusion. It isn't immaturity. It isn't being ungrateful. It is awakening. Women with rare spiritual power are born with a spirit that cannot be contained. From a young age you felt it. You didn't think like others. You didn't feel like others. You didn't learn like others. You didn't dream like others. While others were satisfied with simplicity, you needed meaning. While others followed the path, you questioned the destination. While others stayed asleep, something inside you refused to rest. You tried to fit in, but your soul wouldn't shrink. You tried to settle, but your energy wouldn't stop expanding. You tried to silence your depth, but your spirit kept rising. You are not lost. You were never lost. You are searching because you are evolving. You are being pulled forward by the woman you are becoming. You are being guided toward the life that is waiting for you. This restless spirit, this inner movement, this hunger for purpose, it is the first mark. Women with rare spiritual power are not born into their truth. They must find it. And that journey is not comfortable. It is not smooth. It does not arrive with clear signs and perfect timing. It arrives through tension, through dissatisfaction, through a quiet knowing that refuses to disappear. Your spirit is always one step ahead of your life, calling you forward, calling you higher, calling you home. Think about how many times you've outgrown people, places, plans, not because you are inconsistent, not because you are unreliable, not because you are hard to please, but because your life keeps expanding. Your spirit refuses to stay in rooms that limit your light. Your future refuses to shrink just because others feel threatened by your potential. You are not meant to stay still. You are not meant to settle. You are not meant to be a background character in someone else's story. You were built to explore, transform, rise and rise again. And every time you thought, I must be broken because I can't stay where I am, the universe was saying, you are powerful because you cannot stop evolving. Your intuition never sleeps. You've felt it, haven't you? Those sudden nudges, those inner warnings, those moments of knowing the truth before you hear it, of feeling a lie before it's spoken, of sensing a shift before it happens. You don't analyze energy, you absorb it. You don't think about vibes, you read them. You see what others ignore. You feel what others avoid. You understand what others deny. This is not a burden, this is a gift, and sometimes it can feel overwhelming, especially when the world tells you you're too emotional, you're overthinking, you're imagining things. No, you're awakening, you're perceiving, you're tapping into the deeper layers of reality. You're remembering who you are. Let's be honest, being the woman who knows, who feels, who senses is not always easy. You've been misunderstood, dismissed, judged, labeled as dramatic or too much. You've been told to calm down, to stop caring so much, to stop searching for meaning in everything. But here's the truth. Women like you are supposed to feel deeply. Women like you are supposed to see what others cannot. Women like you are supposed to carry ancient intuition in a modern world. Your depth is not a flaw. Your sensitivity is not a weakness. Your intensity is not a problem that needs to be fixed. It is your first silent mark. The mark that proves your spirit is awake. The mark that proves you are here for more than a regular life. The mark that proves you are being shaped for something extraordinary. Your restlessness is a direction. Your dissatisfaction is an invitation. Your longing is a prophecy. You are not behind. You are not failing. You are responding to a calling that others can't hear, because they were not meant to hear it. Only you were. If you've ever said, I don't know where I'm going, but I know I can't stay where I am, then you already feel the first mark inside you. Your soul isn't confused. Your soul is preparing you. Every disappointment, every closed door, every moment of frustration is pushing you toward alignment, toward purpose, toward destiny. You are not wandering, you are being guided, and the more you listen to that pull inside you, the faster your life will change. This is only the beginning. Because a woman with rare spiritual power does not carry just one mark, she carries 3. And the second one is even more powerful. You reach the end of the first mark for a reason, because something inside you recognized itself, something deep, something ancient, something true. Women with rare spiritual power do not wake up all at once. Their awakening happens in stages, layer by layer, sign by sign. So now we go deeper, because the next mark isn't felt inside you, it's reflected around you. It shows itself in the responses you pull from others, in the energy you ignite without effort, in the way the world cannot stay neutral when you arrive. The second silent mark is not about what you do, it's about what you cause. Are you ready? Women with rare spiritual power do not go unnoticed, even when they want to be invisible. She triggers reactions without trying. You've seen it. You've felt it. Some people are drawn to you instantly, like they knew you in another lifetime, like your presence gives them permission to breathe again, like they feel safer just by standing near you. But others get uncomfortable, defensive, even irritated, without any reason. They might judge you harshly. They might compete with you. They might misunderstand you completely. And sometimes they will dislike you before you've even said a single word. Why? Because your energy reveals truth, and truth makes people react. You don't need to expose anyone. Your presence already does. Some people see you and suddenly feel small, or insecure, or angry at feelings they can't explain. Not because you did anything wrong, not because you tried to show power, not because you wanted attention, but because when someone stands near a powerful soul, all the parts of themselves they've avoided come to the surface. You make them confront the things they bury, their fears, their jealousy, their unhealed memories, their lies to themselves. You become a mirror they didn't ask for, but desperately need. And that can trigger people in unpredictable ways. Their reactions are not about you, they are about their shadow, the part Jung said people hide from the world and from themselves. Have strangers ever opened up to you, as if they've known you forever? Have people trusted you with their secret pain, without hesitation? Have you heard, "I don't know why I'm telling you this," more times than you can count? It's because your presence feels like relief, like softness, like a space where masks fall away. People sense that your energy is clean, even if they don't understand energy at all. They see a light in you, and their darkness wants to speak. You become a sanctuary, in a world that constantly tells people to hide their truth. You don't need to dominate conversations. You don't need to raise your voice. You don't need to prove your worth. You can walk into a room quietly, and the atmosphere shifts. Why? Because your power isn't in your volume. Your power is in your presence. There's something in your eyes that sees deeper than comfort allows. There's something in your heart that vibrates at a higher frequency. There's something in your silence that makes others feel like they're being watched by the truth, not judged, just seen. And sometimes being truly seen is the scariest thing in the world for those who live on the surface. With certain people, your presence awakens admiration. You are incredible. You inspire me. I feel better when you're around. These people recognize your soul. They are your allies, your tribe, the ones meant to rise beside you. But with others, they try to outshine you. They challenge every word you say. They treat you like a threat, even if you came with nothing but kindness. Why? Because you remind them of who they could be if they stopped running from themselves. Jealousy doesn't come from what you have. It comes from who you are. And women like you carry a type of strength that cannot be copied. You don't compete, you elevate. And competition cannot stand the presence of elevation. Jung said, "There is no awakening of consciousness without pain, and your presence is a wake-up call." When someone's soul is asleep, your light becomes uncomfortable. When someone is full of insecurity, your confidence becomes intimidating. When someone hides from their truth, your authenticity becomes a challenge. You don't have to do anything, just exist, and they will feel it. Because your light doesn't expose their flaws, their shadows expose themselves in your light. You heal without trying to heal. People feel calmer around you, more honest, more open, more human. It is not because you fix them. You don't carry anyone's weight. You don't need to rescue or prove anything. Your energy simply activates theirs. You awaken what is sleeping. You soften what is hardened. You remind people that their soul still exists, and you do it without a single attempt to be a healer. It is who you are. Let's speak the truth. Having this second silent mark isn't always a blessing. It can feel isolating. You get close to someone, and suddenly they push you away, not because you hurt them, but because being seen by you is too vulnerable. You show love, and they question your intention, because they cannot understand what real love feels like. You shine, and they try to dim you, because your light reminds them of the darkness they still live in. It's painful, and confusing, and unfair. But listen closely. The reactions you trigger are proof of your power. If your presence didn't matter, people would feel nothing, and you were never meant to be understood by everyone, only by those who are ready to rise too. This mark chose you. You didn't earn this power. You didn't practice it. You didn't study it. It is something ancient in you, something inherited from lives you don't remember, something encoded into your soul before you were even born. The second mark means you are a catalyst, a transformer, a truth bringer. You change people, whether they want to change or not. And that is not a small destiny. If you have ever wondered, why do people react so strongly to me? Why do some love me instantly and others judge me instantly? Why do strangers trust me with their truth? Why do I feel like I shift the energy of every room I enter? Then the second silent mark lives within you. And if you carry the first two marks, your story is not ordinary. Your journey is not random. Your existence is not accidental. You are being activated. Because women with rare spiritual power do not exist to decorate this world. They exist to change it. And everything you've lived through has been shaping you for the moment you discover the third mark, the rarest mark of them all. The mark that appears only after a woman has walked through fire and refused to let the flames destroy her. This mark cannot be faked, cannot be stolen. The mark that only appears after a woman has faced her deepest shadows and chosen to rise anyway. The third silent mark. This is the mark that reveals who you truly are beneath everything you've endured. It is the mark that shows you what you are made of. And if this mark lives inside you, you are not just spiritually strong, you are unstoppable. You have known pain, not the small kind, the kind that changes the shape of your heart. You have been betrayed by people you trusted. You have been abandoned by those you loved. You have stood in moments where life felt too heavy to hold, where hope felt like a lie, where you wondered if you would ever feel whole again. You remember the nights when tears replaced words. You remember the emptiness that terrified you. You remember the version of yourself that could barely breathe. But here's what matters. You are still here, and your heart still loves. Your soul still cares. Your spirit still glows. Your light refused to die. That is the third silent mark. You are soft, but you are not weak. Your softness is not vulnerability. It is wisdom. It is inner mastery. It is the proof that your soul refused to turn cold, even when the world gave you every reason to stop feeling. People underestimate women like you. They think your empathy is fragility. They assume your kindness means you haven't suffered, but they do not know your gentleness was birthed in fire. Your open heart is not a naive heart. It is a brave heart, one that has been broken and rebuilt with light. You don't talk about every battle you survived. You don't need to display your scars to prove your strength. Your power is quiet, silent, internal, yet undeniable. There were times you thought the pain would break you, times you thought you would disappear into the darkness, times you wondered if anyone would notice if you fell, but something inside you, something ancient, kept whispering, "Not yet, not you, rise." And you did. Maybe slowly, maybe shaking, maybe with tears still drying on your face, but you rose. You always rise. You became light because you met darkness. Others avoid their shadows. You walked through yours, not because you wanted to, but because life left you no choice. You faced the fears most people bury. You confronted pain most people numb. You met the deepest, darkest parts of yourself. And instead of running, you chose to understand. You didn't let the shadow consume you. You turned it into your teacher. You learned to alchemize pain into clarity, loss into direction, loneliness into self-trust. Your light comes with depth. Your love comes with truth. Your presence comes with a history no one sees, but everyone feels. Your strength is not loud. It is felt. You don't need to prove anything. You don't need to convince anyone. You don't need recognition to validate who you are. Your existence alone changes the energy of every room you enter. Because a woman who has rebuilt herself, without applause, carries a power no one can explain. Your boundaries come from experience. Your intuition comes from survival. Your serenity comes from conquering chaos inside your own soul. You are the kind of woman who doesn't fear the dark anymore because you became the light. There were moments you questioned whether you would ever feel joy again. Moments you begged the universe for relief. Moments where hope felt like a distant memory. But you didn't survive by accident. You survived because your story isn't finished. There are lives only you can touch. There are hearts only you can heal. There are paths only you can open. The world still needs what you carry. Your strength, your empathy, your awareness, your transformation. Everything you have lived through has been preparing you for who you are becoming. Your light is your proof. If your heart still knows how to love, despite everything you have survived, you carry the third mark. If you still believe in kindness, after witnessing cruelty, you carry the third mark. If you rise again every time life tries to silence you, you carry the third mark. You were forged in silence, forged in heartbreak, forged in the nights where you had no one but yourself. Yet here you are, glowing. Your softness is sacred. Your spirit is divine. Your strength is eternal. You are not fragile. You are formidable. Women with rare spiritual power are not meant to live ordinary lives. You are not meant for environments that dim you. You are not meant for people afraid of depth. You are meant to guide, to transform, to awaken, to shift the world energetically, quietly, but powerfully. Your power works in the unseen. Your presence itself is your influence. If you have been losing people, feeling detached, questioning your purpose, sensing major shifts in your soul, this is your confirmation. Your aura is preparing you for your next chapter. The universe is not delaying you. It is positioning you, aligning you with what matches your evolution. You are not behind. You are not lost. You are being aligned. If you carry these 3 silent marks, there is a reason this message found you now. You are stepping into your next identity. Your energy is rising. Your intuition is sharpening. Your calling is approaching. The universe does not reveal Jung's hidden truths to those who are not ready. It reveals them to women like you, rare women whose power is returning stronger than ever. And your next chapter? It has already begun.